Good afternoon, class. My name is Edwin Crittendon, and I wanted to come talk to you today about a pretty sensitive subject. And by a show of hands, has anybody in the class been affected by or know someone who's been affected by a car accident? A lot of people. I want to tell you a story of mine. Back in the fall of 2015, a guy that I'd barely known over a year, uh, he was suddenly gone just because of a choice that he made, a choice that everyone is able to make every day. That's the choice of whether or not to wear a seatbelt while you're in the car. He wasn't the only person that I knew that passed away from those circumstances, but he was the closest to me that did. By the end of this lecture, I hope that I'm able to persuade you to make good decisions from now on. Even if the decision doesn't seem important at the time, every decision is important. This afternoon, I'll first share with you the importance of wearing a seatbelt and whether or not you're driving in a car or not, it doesn't make a difference. And I will further discuss the importance of making good decisions in life. So I won't name names, but uh, I'll tell you a story about a friend of mine. He was living a dream that we all boys growing up, probably wanted to. He was a collegiate athlete, actually playing baseball at a Texas college. And one day, during the middle of the semester, I was actually still in high school. He was off at school. He was coming back home from Tyler with his brother and another friend of ours, another mutual friend. And driving down the highway, uh, the guy that was driving had a tire blowout. Him and the other guy had seatbelts on, and my friend he didn't, and he flew face first through the windshield. The car actually turned over, but two guys inside had their seatbelts on and wasn't affected by it. But uh, he flew face first out the window and passed away on scene. When I initially got the news, I immediately came to tears. I couldn't fathom it. I literally talked to him the day before, and being at the young age that I was, it was hard for me to kind of grasp how polar changing this was. I mean, this death affected an entire community, not just those who knew him or who played with him, but those who played against us, those who we saw as peers, who are still our peers. Everyone was affected by this. There was a large turnout at the funeral. People who he didn't consider his friends came and were still shook by this sudden passing of a great young man. He had a lot of upside, a lot of things going for him. Tragedies such as these can be avoided by simply always thinking of the future, always keeping the end goal in mind, always thinking forward, progressively thinking about what this decision could possibly affect later decisions or later things on down the line. Just always keeping it fresh on your mind so that you make the proper decision when it's time to, whatever the case might be. The naiveness and the false confidence of youth can really be a burden and both a burden and a curse when we think we're invincible when we're really not. I know the invincibility of youth gives us the thought that we're unfazable. Nothing could hurt us. Nothing could alter our past. And that couldn't be further from the truth. I mean, even in my own life, my own decisions that I've made in my youth has tremendously affected me both positively and negatively in certain situations. And if I could go back, I would definitely make a conscious decision with my future in mind before executing any of those choices that I made back then. The right decision can benefit you tremendously. And most importantly, when making a decision, it is so very important to be patient and not rush what you feel is right. It's important to go over and re-glance at the decision you're gonna make before you make it, so that you know that's the proper one for the situation scenario that you're in at the moment. So making the proper decisions can not only affect positive change within your life, but it can affect positive change within the people around you, the lives of the people around you. And it also has the ability to ensure longevity of your life and the longevity of having a prosperous life. So, class, that's all the time I have for today. I appreciate your time, and please, please, if you grab anything from this speech, just make sure that you make the proper decisions for you and your family.